We kick it old school. 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 We kick it old
Hello and welcome to another edition of SKG Radio, the place where we learn how we can help ourselves by helping others first, by exploring Shop, Click, Give. Hi, this is your host Ron Farron, and we have a show today that is designed for business owners. If you own a small business, you need to watch this episode, listen to this episode. If you know a small business owner, you need to forward them the link to today's show. Today's show is an internet radio show. However, we do videotape it for play on YouTube. And so if you are watching this on a website, simply forward this link to anyone you know of who has a business, because today we're talking about Gateway Marketplace, the Gateway Marketplace. Gateway Marketplace is part of shopclickgive.com and is an online mall where small and local businesses can receive a store that allows them to sell to a larger community of Shop, Click, Give. Think Amazon, but where each store is participating in cause marketing. I like to say that this is where the information superhighway intersects with cause marketing and buy local. The Gateway Marketplace will lower your marketing costs while it improves your cash flow. It'll give your business a vehicle for cause marketing, and it'll brand your business as a community leader. We'll be exploring this over the next few minutes. If you have a question, if you're listening to this live, and if you have a question, send it to radio@shopclickgive.com. If you are watching this on YouTube, you can still email me questions you have, because we can handle those on future shows. Even though today's show is the show that talks about the Gateway Marketplace, we will be revisiting this subject many times in the future. And when we get enough questions in to fill up a whole segment, we'll go ahead and revisit the Gateway Marketplace. As I said, the Gateway Marketplace is a mall where you as a business owner can set up shop. There is no cost to buy in, and you pay out of future sales, and we'll cover that in a moment. But the uniqueness of this is that people want to shop at your store before they shop at someone else's store that's not on the Gateway Marketplace because of cause marketing. Definition of cause marketing is where a nonprofit organization and a for-profit business partner for mutual benefit. For instance, let's say I own a business and you run a nonprofit or charity, and every time someone purchases something from me, I will give you 10%. I benefit because people will choose to shop at my business, and you'll benefit because of increased donations. You receiving those increased donations will prompt you to promote my business, increasing my bottom line. Now, that is increasing my business, building my business, and really building my business because I'm thinking of somebody else first. Cause marketing has become so important that national trade organizations and large corporations have actually hired people with the job description of Director of Cause Marketing. But you see, most businesses are not large enough to hire somebody to run their cause marketing. That is why the Gateway Marketplace is so critical, so important, because it allows a small business, a mom and pop business, a local business, to be able to compete toe to toe with large corporations as far as getting the message out and engaging in cause marketing. We're going to go through a lot more of that over the life of this show. Now, I mentioned that it improves cash flow. Here's how it does it. Direct Marketing Association has pegged the return on investment for direct marketing at 400% return on investment. And direct marketing is direct mail, catalogs, brochures, flyers. 400% return on investment. That's pretty good. I mean, that is really good. I would like to have 400% return on my investment on anything. I'd love to have 100% return on my investment, because my thinking is, if I put $10,000 in the bank, and the end of this year I'm going to have $400,000, that is a great return on investment. The only problem is when you look at that from your cash flow basis, it has a little different meaning. That means if you want to gross $400,000 this year in your business, if you want to gross $400,000 before you take any cost of business out, before you pay yourself, before anything happens, if you want to make $400,000, you have to write a check for $100,000. If I want to make $1 million this year, I can. I just write a check today for $250,000. And then over the next year, I will be getting my return on investment back. All of a sudden, that 400% return on investment doesn't sound like you're really putting money into the bank and getting a return on it of 400%. I often have businesses, advertising, like radio, newspaper, TV. They'll come up and they'll talk about how great their business is and how they almost guarantee that if I advertise with them, then it'll be the best thing for my business. And once they say that, I'll ask them if they really believe in their advertising. Of course they do. And I'll tell them, I tell you what, I want your premier package, best you got, but I want to pay for it out of increased revenue. So if right now I'm making $100,000 a year, you help bring in $50,000 a year, I'll give you a percentage of that. You know how many takers I've had over the last 30 years? None. Nobody wants to advertise for me and get paid out of the revenue they bring me, even though they tell me that advertising with them will bring in revenue. That's what's exciting about Shop, Click, Give, is because you can create a store that does not cost anything to create your store, but will get you out to the international community at no cost. Now, what is the cost of the Gateway Marketplace? Well, I'm going to tell you in just a minute. If you are listening to us through the internet radio, you can radio me your questions at radio@shopclickgive.com, and we will be back in just one moment.
We kick it old school. We kick it old school. We kick it old school.
And welcome back to SKG Radio, the radio of Shop, Click, Give. Questions, comments, send them to me, radio@shopclickgive.com. We were just talking about the cost of the Gateway Marketplace, cost of having a store in the Gateway Marketplace. Doesn't cost you anything to get in. In order for you to participate, you have to be willing to agree to support charities, nonprofits, and education. Now, we'll get the details of why that's important for you in a moment, but the cost is nothing to get in. Then, once somebody purchases something from you, it will cost you 15% is held back from your revenue to pay not only for the charity, but also for our processing and hosting. That means that if you make a $1,000 sale, $150 comes back as your marketing once the sale is made. Now we're at 15%, not 25% paid up front. We're 15% paid after the sale. All of a sudden, we have now helped your cash flow, because not only do we charge you less, but we only charge you once the sale is made. Instant increase in cash flow. Now, out of that 15%, 2/3 of that, or 10% of your gross sales, is going to go to a charity. Now, remember, before the break, we talked about what cause marketing is, where it's a nonprofit organization and a for-profit business partnering for mutual benefit. So, if I'm giving your organization 10% of my revenue, you're going to then promote my business. People will start having a warm, fuzzy feeling about my business because I donated 10% to their favorite cause or cause that is important. And that is going to drive more traffic to me. See, if I open up a business, a brick and mortar business, I have to give people an incentive to change their buying habits to come to me. If I open a store on the internet, I have to change people's buying habits. I've got to give them a reason to come to me. The reason someone's going to shop with you at Shop Click Give rather than why they're shopping someplace else is because 10% of everything they buy is going to go to a charity or nonprofit organization or an educational project that is important to them. That is what gets people to switch. That's what gets people to decide, instead of purchasing where I was purchasing, where instead of where I'm going, where I'm used to going, I'm going to now go to Shop Click Give and buy from this other business because 10% of everything I buy is going to go to what's important to me. That is cause marketing. That is the success of cause marketing. And it only costs the business 10%, but that's given away. That's given away to a charity, and it's almost like you're giving. It's almost like double dipping because you're giving 10%, and then people find out you're giving 10%, and you get more free publicity, more warm fuzzy, and so really that 10% is almost an investment in the next sales cycle. The only other thing it costs you is really 5%. 5% for the hosting of your store and for the processing. Now, we do deduct a credit card fee, but that's not marketing because you got to pay for that anyway. Radio at Shop Click Give. We have actually a couple of questions that have come in over the break. Someone wants to know, is it only for local businesses? We talk very much about buy local and how it's the only platform for local businesses to really get involved in national cause marketing, or for really to get involved in engaged in cause marketing the way large organizations have been able to afford. But it isn't really just for local businesses. Now, again, I'm very much into the buy local scene, but this is not just for locals. You may be a small business that is wanting to expand locally. I was talking recently to a baker. This bakery wanted to be able to sell online and increase from being just a local baker to being a larger national presence. Well, the Gateway Marketplace is their way to do it, because they now can box up their cakes and pies and send them across the country. The advertising marketing comes in after the sale is made. They get paid before the product is shipped, and in most cases, and it is a way for the small business to market nationally and internationally, as well as to be pegged as a buy local business. I've talked to a business recently, a hardware store, and they sell a few unique items. They wanted to be able to sell locally, but also to be able to sell nationally. And so what they did, they can't really put all 10,000 products online, but they picked out their 100 most generally accepted products and put them online, and then we're able to deliver those through the internet, those specialty products that differentiated themselves by either their description or their price from other products. And so they didn't sell their entire list, of washers and nuts and bolts. They selected a few, and I guess actually more like 100 of items that would make them unique to allow to market. So it is for small local businesses, or it is for the whole buy local concept, which I am a big supporter of, but is for small businesses as well. There's a video you can watch on the Shop Click Give website. It is of a radio show that I did with a local March of Dimes president or representative, and a segment that didn't make it past the cutting room floor was a gentleman calling in. It wasn't from this town, it was from one distance from here. And the caller was really excoriating me because at the time, all we were is Shop Click Give. We were the national stores, the Amazon, the Best Buy, and others. And he said, you really need something for the local business owners. Well, that is why, that's when I decided, we got to have something, which eventually became the Gateway Marketplace, because we wanted to be able to have the local businesses, a smaller business, to be on the same footing. And listen, when you have a Gateway Marketplace store, your store is right there among Best Buy, Tractor Supply, um, Amazon, and a whole bunch of other stores. Your store is there among the top flight stores. Uh, we got this email in. Actually, it wasn't today. Wondering what charities we support. Now, normally, the way cause marketing works is I have a business and I'm going to pick out a business, say March of Dimes, and you shopping will know that a percentage of everything you spend at my store will go to March of Dimes. The problem is, what happens if you, as the purchaser, you're not as motivated by the March of Dimes? See, different charities and causes affect different people differently. So this person, their whole thing may be more money for education, which really is my cause. I can go on and on about the lack of funding we have right now in America for education, and I believe Shop Click Give is a way to really even that out. But if I am telling you that shop at my store will give to education, that may not be your hot button. What we do with Shop Click Give is the business allows or agrees to give 10% of the revenue to the cause that is listed by the SKG store or SKG charity. And so the purchaser can say, you know what, I want to support education. I want to support whatever my cause is, and so they are the ones that determine what the cause is. That means that the Gateway Marketplace can excite anybody about any charity. Everyone can be motivated by the Gateway charity. On a similar topic, I'm often asked. On a similar topic, I'm often asked: is there a list of charities? Can we go somewhere and see the charities you support? Well, it's not really the charities that we support. As you probably know, and you should if you don't know, that the way the money is directed is people go to a Shop Click Give mall and sign up their organization to receive money, and they may sign up. It may just not be you. You may be a person whose daughter is a teacher. You sign up, Shop Click Give, and create a mall for your daughter, and then go shop there and get your friends to shop there, and that may be the mall you want, and then your daughter will have a unique URL that you send that URL to everybody, and everybody that shops at that URL, the proceeds, all of them, will go to your daughter. That's how it's selected. We do not, however, have a list for a very important and sad reason. That is, let's say you own a tire store in town that you are a member of Shop Click Give, and so somebody that supports education buys at your store in order to be able to have donations go to their charity, and their charity happens to be sectarian, meaning Christian, Catholic, Jewish, or the charity happens to be extremely patriotic, say pro-military. There's actually a large group of people in this country that would tell you as a tire store owner, because there's a possibility of your proceeds going to a wounded vet organization, we are going to get everybody in your area, in your town, to boycott you that supports us. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is sad. And I bring that up to you simply because everyone wants to know the list of charities, and we do not disclose the list of charities. List of charities we have are positive charities. They are legal charities. They're ethical charities. They're moral charities. We do have a standard that we require they meet, and if they don't meet that standard, they do not receive money from Shop Click Give. But as long as they do, and as long as they do not support hate, as long as they do not support the adult industry, they can receive money through Shop Click Give, but you'll not know the full list. And again, some people say, well, you shouldn't talk about that unless it's brought up. It is brought up all the time. So anyway, next question we had got in recently is asking what kind of businesses can participate, and we are going to actually go to a break, and we will cover the types of businesses that can participate in this in just a moment.
We kick it old school. We kick it old school.
Okay, and welcome back to SKG Radio. We are talking about the Gateway Marketplace. We are exploring the Gateway Marketplace, and again, I want to say, if you own a business, you need to make sure you have this entire segment. If you know someone who owns a business, send them the link to this show, because this is information they need, because it is how they can build a business regardless of virtually any kind of business it is. And that, in fact, is our next question. What kind of businesses can participate? Well, I've referenced Amazon. This is like Amazon. You go in and create a store, and people shop at your store because they go to Amazon and they find your store. They go to Amazon and search. However, if you're going to shop at Amazon, you have to have a product that can be ordered online and fulfilled online. I'm selling pins. I'm going to sell this pin online. I'm going to put it in the UPS and ship it out. That's an Amazon store. We can do that too. However, we do something additional to that. Let's say you're a service that can purchase online. Let's say you're a carpet cleaner. That can be purchased online, but that has to be delivered, as it were, or performed in person. What if it is a tire store, auto mechanic? What if it's a coffee shop? What if there is a coffee shop that you're not going to send a cup of coffee? No, what you would do is you might get a box or a packet of 20 coupons at $5 a piece. You're going to sell $100 worth of coupons so people can buy your coffee. And you might have, 2 cups, $5, whatever your price is. And someone would purchase that for $100. So now $10 is going to go to charity. All of a sudden, you're participating in cause marketing. It's virtually any business that can offer a discount. If you can offer a discount, what you do is you give the 10% to charity. And when I say charity, I'm meaning a charity, a nonprofit organization, or educating. And education could be to a local school budget. It can be to teachers. It can be to the PTA. It can be to band. It can be to cheerleaders. It can be sports. My favorite, of course, is the teachers. And we explore this in other topics where we show how much teachers have to spend out of their own pockets. And I tell you, as a business owner, this is where you can get traction. Is giving a percentage of your income to the teacher themselves as a repayment for the hundreds of dollars they spend every year out of their own pocket in order to teach your kids. So it's virtually any store that can give a discount. When I say that, there's some government regulated organizations. I'm thinking mortgage companies. that might not be able to participate. I'm thinking of heating, air conditioning. Unless you have a package you could sell online, if a person has to go out and make an estimate, then make a proposal, that you probably couldn't do that. I own a construction business. I have yet to figure out how we can do that. But if your business can offer a discount on a purchase, a discount on an immediate purchase, then you can participate in this. And remember, your store will be right there next to Amazon, Best Buy, Macy's, and other nationally recognized brands. Two more questions before the end. We've gotten in. Does a business need a website? No, you don't. We provide the website for you. Now, if you have one, you can link it from our Gateway Marketplace store. Link it over to your website. But you want to be careful, because you don't want people going over to your website and buying out of your website. Then nothing is going to be given to the charity, and that of course that starts the ball rolling. That becomes the cycle of sales, because the more money the charity receives, the more they're going to promote you, and which is going to be the more money they receive. And so you've got to keep that cycle going. So you want to keep them on your Gateway Marketplace store, but you don't need a website. You just receive or activate your store, and you log in, and you can upload the description, the video, pictures, everything like that. And one last question, and this is very important. I want you to know how you sign up. If you are listening to this or watching this, you're probably doing so through a fundraising coach website. Now, other shows in here are dedicated to the fundraising coach, what a fundraising coach is, what they're supposed to do, and how people can become a fundraising coach, the training they receive. But we have fundraising coaches, and if you are looking at their website, then there is a button on the left that says sign up for your Gateway Marketplace store. And wording may be a little different by the time you watch this, but that's essentially Gateway Marketplace. And click on that. It's free. You fill that out. A store will be created for you, and you will be emailed on how to access it. Listen, we're going to be covering this topic more as more questions come into radio@shopclickgive.com. And I do hope to see you here. I hope to see you here soon. And in the meantime, send me any questions, send me any comments. And if you own a business, sign up for your free Gateway Marketplace today. You'll be helping yourself by helping others. We call that old school.
We kick it old school. We kick it old school.